If you guys are looking to buy or sell any of your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins in preparation for Team of the Season, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE at checkout. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I've got a lot of investments to make as we get further into Bundesliga Team of the Season and get closer to La Liga Team of the Season. So if you're excited to make some coins, do not forget to drop a like on today's video. But before we get started, I did want to show you guys exactly how I missed out on 14 wins this week. It is this. I have no idea what it was, but it was the difference between me getting 14 wins and 11 wins. Has anybody else had this glitch before? Because that was a very annoying way to lose out on 14 wins and that extra Team of the Season pack. But nonetheless, we do have some player picks to start off with today, and it starts with the 84 plus player picks, in which we get 84 rated. It's 84 plus, but realistically it means 84 guaranteed. Maybe not. Let's see. 87, we already have a David De Gea, but I'll take him for fodder. And then we've got one of three Bundesliga TOTS. Hoffman, Schlotterbeck. Kimmich is not a bad pull. Kimmich, 96 rated. I know he's not one of the elite tier cards, but he's definitely a card that goes for at least a couple 100,000 coins. He's going for about 420k. That's one of the better red picks. I think that actually might be my best ever red pick. I normally don't get anything out of these, but during Team of the Season, of course, you have better odds of getting something decent. We get Schlotterbeck again. We also get Julian Brandt, a couple of Dortmund boys. And I promised that I would save this pack for the next video, and it is here. The 90 plus eFigs Team of the Season or Team of the Season moments pick. I don't know how juiced they are now that the Saudi League has dropped, but ever since it came out, or ever since people could reach it, it's been giving out a lot of Rodrygos, it's been giving out a lot of Coman, it's been giving out a lot of Alexis Sanchez Team of the Season cards, and there's just a lot of good cards we could get out of this. Hopefully we get something decent and doesn't give us three crappers, because we just passed up on a huge pack and Desai. So hopefully it pays off and we get Son. Okay, you know what? It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but we do get Heung-min Son. It could have been worse. It's 94 rated. His card goes for a few 100,000 coins. It's not Rodrygo. I was hoping for Rodrygo, but we do get Heung-min Son. He's 370,000 coins. You know what? That's not too terrible. Now, as we get closer to Team of the Season La Liga, we've got to start thinking of investments that would link to those players. And the first one that comes to mind is a player I was just talking about, Rodrygo. This guy was in Community TOTS. It's still a obviously very good card who has come down in price a lot because of that eFigs 90 plus pick, but also because the Premier League and Bundesliga Team of the Seasons didn't link with him really in any way, and neither did any of the SBCs. But as La Liga content starts coming around, that card is out of packs, it's cheaper in price than anybody expected it to be by this time, and it's going to have a lot of links, including all of the objectives and in the SBCs. Now, Kingsley Coman was a player that did this this week, so let's go ahead and take a look at Kingsley Coman's graph, and we can kind of compare it to what we think Rodrygo is going to do this week. Now, Rodrygo isn't the only out-of-packs La Liga card that could rise this week. If you have any ideas, you can let me know down in the comments below, or you can keep it to yourself and try to go in on the investment alone. That way nobody else steals any of the good deals. However, if you take a look at this Kingsley Coman, he was under 400,000 coins. Now, when I shouted him out, he was here. So he wasn't at his lowest point when we shouted him out. He was somewhere around that 430 to 450 mark. But as you can see, he's continued to rise, and he's now up to 520 to 530,000 coins. And he hasn't stopped rising ever since Bundesliga TOTS began. Of course, the new Gnabry SBC helps a lot. Of course, you've also got a Guerrero SBC coming very soon, which we're going to talk about some investments for that. And then we had the Royce SBC. So just a bunch of Bundesliga content with the Team of the Season in general. And then you also have people packing Bayern players, such as Kimmich, in their red picks. And when they pack those Bayern players, they look to go on the market and link them with existing Bayern players that are tradable. Now, all the other options that are currently in Bundesliga TOTS are great options, but this one's out of packs, so it was more likely to rise in price, which is exactly what happened. And that's why I think that Rodrygo could be a good shout for the exact same concept and the exact same reason. Can I spell? Rodrygo. There we go. I know he spells it with a Y, but that was not what I was messing up on. 1.2 million coins is what he's at right now. That's not the lowest he's been. He was actually slightly lower a couple days ago. He crashed in price a couple days ago when that eFigs TOTS pack came out, and went down even lower later in that night at a little bit less than 1.1 mil. So he's already recovered for great profit for anybody who bought during that dip. I don't think that he's done rising. So you guys remember how we did not get Coman at his best price. We got him for 430 instead of 390. We're in the exact same boat again. This Rodrygo card is not done rising, and I think about 5 to 6 days from now, you're going to be looking at a card that's worth probably over 1.3, 1.4 million coins. So I think you could not only make 40, 50K per card, you could probably make a lot more if you're patient. So I'm really thinking that Rodrygo card could work out. Vinicius Jr. is another high budget card that I really like right now. Now, I would not spend 1.3 mil, but I would spend 1.2 to 1.22. Anything in that range, I would spend. I wouldn't spend 1.3 mil, but of course it's 3:49 a.m. right now, so some of these cards are a little bit more than what they have been over the last few hours. Like, look, he was about 1.23 million about an hour ago, so that card will come back down today, and it'll be closer to 1.2 mil than it is to 1.3 mil. And that's when I would start picking up those cards. Right now, I have the budget to pick up 4 or 5 of them, so I might go in on this card. But the reason for it is not because he's going to be linking to everything. Now, of course he is, but it is because of this drop that we've seen on the card. Now, he crashed in price a couple days ago. I think maybe because of that Rodrygo getting packed by everybody, people replacing Vinicius Jr. in their squads. I know they played slightly different positions, but it definitely had an impact. But this card is also going down in price because the Vinicius Jr. Team of the Season is on its way. So there's a little bit of panic because of the Team of the Season Vinicius Jr. that's coming. And he might even go down a little bit farther in the panic over the next couple of days. So maybe be patient with when you pick this card up. But what we've seen for all of the different Team of the Season cards that are really, really good and that they have existing cards in the game, they always go back up in price. They always skyrocket back up because that Team of the Season card is way too expensive. Vinicius Jr. is going to obviously get a huge boost on Team of the Season. I think it'll probably be up there with the likes of Jude Bellingham in price, like 5 to 6 million coins. And when it's that expensive, people are going to say, oh, I can't actually afford it. And they're going to go right back to the Team of the Year honorable mention or the FUT birthday Vinicius Jr. for 1.8 million coins is not bad. 1.85 isn't even that bad. It's not terrible. I would go for 1.8, but like 1.85 is not as bad as 1.3 on this card. Either way, these both could go back up. And of course, you do have that 5-star on this Vinicius Jr. FUT birthday, and you have 5-star, 4-star on the Team of the Year honorable mentions. So that 92 rated does have that perk. And on top of that, if that Team of the Season card does not have 5-star weak foot, but the FUT birthday does, and the Team of the Season is super expensive, that FUT birthday card could really skyrocket in price. And let's go ahead and take a look at what this card was just a couple weeks ago. If we take a look at the daily graph, ever since it came out of packs, it was sitting at 3 mil, and it was at 3 million coins all the way until about 12 days ago. He was at 3 million coins until 12 days ago. Then he started dropping in price a little bit, and he was at 2.4 million about 4 days ago, and now he is down to 1.85. I'm liking it for a high budget investment. Now, if you guys don't have a super high budget, not working with 1 to 2 million coins or upwards of 5 million coins, well, I've got some other investments that could work out for you guys, and it's based on this SBC. I do want to shout out this Griffo Team of the Season SBC that's on its way during Bundesliga Team of the Season, but it's not the investment or the card that we're making investments on. This is the card we're going to make our investments on. It's Rafael Guerreiro, a center mid SBC that's really well balanced with great dribbling and passing. He's probably going to have 4-star, 4-star, and it's kind of filling a gap in the midfield. Although we do have Kimmich, there's not a ton of cards that really compare to this Guerrero in this team, and he gets completely different links from Kimmich. Of course, Schlotterbeck is a good option as a complementary link, so I would spend 33 to 34,000 coins on Schlotterbeck, but I wouldn't go much above that. It's a good usable card that links to Guerrero on that club and league link, not obviously a perfect link. He's not Portuguese, but there are some other Portuguese cards that could potentially take a little bit of a rise because of this Guerrero, and that's going to be Ruben Diaz and Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz, I think, probably the most. Obviously Bernardo Silva kind of competes in that same position. I don't think it's going to have as much of an impact on that card, plus he's more expensive. But Ruben Diaz as a Portuguese link at 550,000 coins, not a bad idea to invest in as a link to that Portugal aspect of Rafael Guerrero's card. He, of course, is going to link to a lot of the cards that people already have, and it might be the card that actually gets people to build more Bundesliga teams, because there's so many people, including myself, who have built their team around all of the Premier League cards that they got last week, and they aren't willing to change quite yet. But now we're going to have a Marco Reus SBC. We're going to have a Guerrero SBC, and the Marco Reus SBC is a decent value as well. I'll be getting it done. Guerrero, depending on its value, I'll probably be getting that done. And then all I need is 1 to 2 more cards, and I can kind of fusion in a lot of these Dortmund and Bundesliga cards into my team, and I'm finally going out and buying cards off the market. And Ruben Diaz, of course, I already have, so he already gets that link to Guerrero. But if I didn't have him, it'd be the perfect way to get Guerrero and get Reus and get maybe Schlotterbeck, and then you go with Ruben Diaz to finish off that chemistry, and then go Premier League players for the rest of the team. I think that is going to be the logic for a lot of people over the next couple of days. So that is why I think that both Ruben Diaz as a medium budget investment and then Schlotterbeck as a low budget investment could be good. Now, of course, Kobal gets that exact same link as Schlotterbeck. I just don't invest in goalkeepers for meta links very often. I have in the past, and I actually have this year. Donnarumma was one inform card that I invested in this year, and then Campos as well. So I'm not completely against investing in goalkeepers, but I just don't really see too much rise on Kobal happening. 28,000 coins is probably going to be more affected by fodder. At this point, most people already have like an icon or Team of the Year Courtois or, a hero card in goalkeeper anyway. So I don't think most people aren't looking to upgrade their goalkeeper with Kobal especially. This is a really risky play, but it's another shout for the same reason that Vinicius Jr. would go up. Benzema's probably going to get into team of the season. Of course, you've also got Lewandowski and Vinicius Jr. getting a lot of the votes. I think that Benzema's probably going to get in as well. He had a great season. He's carrying that momentum from last year as well. And his card, now 1.6 million coins, was just 2.3 to 2.4 million, and just about 4 days ago, he was 2.1 million coins. So he's dropped about 500K as we get closer to La Liga team of the season. And so that panic selling has dropped him down. And I don't know if they're going to make the team of the season card more expensive or not more expensive, but higher rated or not. Maybe they only make him 96 rated. Either way, this card is probably due for a rebound, but again, it is much riskier. It's not like we've seen every single card rise after their team of the season drops. Not every single one of the cards has. Bruno Guimaraes is an example of a card that didn't rise after the release of its team of the season because the team of the season card was easily packable, so many people got it, and it was cheap on the market. And so cards like this, Bruno Guimaraes, who was like nearly 500K, dropped to 200,000 coins, and he's continued to go down. So you don't want that to happen to your team of the year Benzema. I'd say it's probably a lot more safe than this card, but it is a risky play. It could work out really well, or it could kill you. So be very, very, very careful about that. Maybe Gabriel Jesus is another example of cards, of a card that has risen or dropped after the release of its team of the year. This card, I guess, was on a steady decline from December anyway, so maybe that's not a great example, as the power curve kind of has changed since the release of this 89 rated Gabriel Jesus. But you guys kind of get the idea. behind investing in cards that have been panic sold as we get closer to them getting a team of the season. And when the team of the season drops, whether that team of the season is super expensive or that team of the season is lower rated, the existing card that was already in the game will rebound in price. So it's happened more times than not, but it's still risky. And to finish off today's video, I've got investments that kind of fit whatever budget you have. Let's go ahead and open up the 585 plus actually right now. I'm feeling it. I'm just feeling a blue for some reason. Oh my God, I just wasted that pack. Why did I do that? I should have saved it for ultimate. Okay, you know what? Fodder. 90s, I guess, not too bad. Hopefully they're not all 85s other than that. Okay, we only got 185, but it's the wrong German Dortmund center back. We want Schlotterbeck. He's blue right now. That would have been better. Nonetheless, we have a guaranteed Saudi League TOTS SBC on the way. And here's what the Saudi League prices look like right now. Not terrible on a couple of them. Of course, you've got Rodrygo here as the main man. And of course, Ronaldo up top, 9.2 million. That's expensive, all right? Not many of us can afford that. I can't even afford that if I liquidated right now. So it's out of the budget for most of us, and it's probably not going to be packed a ton in this Saudi League TOTS SBC. It's going to be a guaranteed Saudi pack, but realistically, those mid-tier cards like Rodrygo are the ones that you want to look at because those are the ones that will rebound in price once people open. They don't get what they want. They will go out and buy that card. And that is going to be more evident in the Bundesliga team of the season. So if you've wanted to invest in any of these cards, now is the time to do so. Go ahead and pick yourself up whichever meta card you like for your team. Do not wait till the Bundesliga TOTS SBC comes out because once that comes out, we will see the market inflate. The entire team of the season team will go up in price a good 10, 15. Some of them went up 20% for Premier League. So a big rise in price on some of these. I would go ahead and buy them now. Anytime over the next 12 hours is a good time to buy. I would see a lot of cards. Probably Frimpong will go up on a rise nicely. Diaby looks decent. I'm really liking Goretzka. I think Goretzka is going to be one of the best investments in a card. Now, I know that Guerrero's on its way, but Guerrero is Dortmund and Portuguese, so I'm not sure how many people would replace this Goretzka with that Guerrero. So you do have to think about that with the center mid investments, of course, and you also have Griffo for anybody who plays left mid, I guess. But realistically, any card in here that is meta, that is a good link and could be continuously needed for chemistry as we move forward in this promo. Those are the cards that you want to be picking up. So go ahead and take your pick. Go ahead and make your investments. And over the course of the next couple of days, we should see a nice rise in price on these cards. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you made it to the end of the video, comment the secret comment word of the day, which is Frimpong. Go ahead and comment Frimpong down below, and I'll make sure to drop a heart on your comment for supporting me and watching my videos all the way through. I really appreciate you guys making it through all my videos, and it helps the algorithm, it helps my channel do better, and I can't thank you enough for that. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace out.